additional neutral capture locations in a few maps for further laps of the season. We may still play around with a milder advantage position in extreme cases, depending on the map, but we want to make sure we have at least 3 neutral locations, which is good. And they want to remove the gain super energy on capture from the capture zone, which is really good. And they says these changes are going to need a lot more work and playtesting than the changes we've been making so far. We're looking to get something ready for another run at Trials Labs capture zone as early as December. So we may not even get that until the new year. That I think it's good news. I think everybody pretty much likes how Trials was those first 2 weeks, universally the best. And I look forward to that. But I do hope that they take this criticism and feedback to heart and maybe explore something other than elimination for 3v3. Just 'cause elim is just such a pain sometimes. And I think the capture zones are supposed to help with that. But then you have people who don't want to play the objective at all, who still want to rush in, and it's a whole thing. But there's a whole lot there on Trials. I encourage you guys to go read. There's a whole lot of explanations behind why some complaints were coming across Twitter. Some of the major complaints are addressed there. Of course, like we mentioned earlier, disability awareness and accessibility at Bungie. And it's part of their whole everyone can play initiative. That's their new emblem, new pin that's going to be sent out or included. More Guardians to be featured for Threads of Light are here. There's a couple of each class, and some of these look pretty cool. Pretty cool, a little ridiculous, but you gotta love some of these looks.
Yeah.
So
this warlock with the I don't even know what it looks like. It's ridiculous. The one with like the big, like the antlers in the. Wait, is that even that's a Titan? Oh shit.
Oh, the Scorn looking head?
No, that's definitely a warlock.
Oh, okay. No. I see the one you're talking about. That is
it's a warlock.
That is definitely a Titan. A warlock. That's a warlock.
Yeah. I thought it was a Titan. I thought it was a warlock.
Stag.
I thought it was a warlock. And then I was like, well, I see the fuzzy shoulders, which is usually a Titan thing. And then I was like, no, that's from Splicer, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
That's definitely one of the cooler looking ones. There's some really cool Guardians in there. Go take a look at that, of course. They will all get the emblem, of course, so that gives me hope that it's not just 3 people every month.
Mm-hmm.
They do talk about Grandmasters and Grandmaster difficulty here a little bit. Grandmasters will go live on Tuesday, on October 5th. I will not be participating in the first week because fuck the Hollowed Lair.
No.
I'm gonna hopefully be up for Lake of Shadows when it comes around. I think it's week 2. But going forward, the Grandmaster catch-up node will become available at the same time Grandmaster difficulty is available, so long as you have the Conqueror title but have not yet gilded it this season. Grandmasters will have gone live by the time this change comes later in the season, but the catch-up node will be available when Grandmasters first start in seasons going forward. Each Grandmaster will be available if the Fire Team leader has not completed the gilding triumph for that strike during the season. In other words, you may play each featured strike for a season to earn your gilded title. Once you've gilded your title, the catch-up node will no longer be available. This is incentive for me to never, ever gild my title. Ever. I don't have the Conqueror title. I don't plan to ever get it. But this is incentive for me not to care. Because I really, really enjoy the last, when they put the catch-up node in, being able to just play something like Lake of Shadows or Inverted Spire like 15 times in a week to get as much loot as possible.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to re-examine how that works, but I get it.
No, don't do
no
it.
changes for loot. No major changes for loot. Adept versions of Nightfall-specific weapons such as Palindrome or the newly released Hothead rocket launcher, cores, prisms, and ascendant shards, and Adept weapon mods for impact, charge time, blast radius, and projectile speed can now be acquired from Grandmaster Nightfalls in addition to trials and raids. I love that they put in here, don't feel shame if you need some guidance. There are plenty of creators throughout our community that are eager to provide tips, tricks, and in-depth guides to help you on your way to the Conqueror title. I found it so funny that one of the community managers who is fairly good at this game from what I gather, had to watch Fallout Plays' guide to oh god, was it the fucking Europa strike, the Glassway.
The
Glassway Grandmaster Nightfall. He had to watch his guide to figure out him and Cosmo had to watch it for how to get it done. I found that to be personally funny.
Yeah. To be fair, like that last room is
it's fucking awful. It's awful.
Even that
the whole
even the room beforehand, like with the Vex milk and like
just
yeah,
as bad.
where you have to stand on the plate for like 10 minutes. It feels like sometimes. It's just God, it's awful. Awful. The Glassway, man. Ugh. Pass.
It's definitely rough. The last note I would make here in the TWAB is Pete Parsons put out an open letter yesterday talking about how Bungie plans to be better going forward. And one of the things that they're getting rid of is forced arbitration. If you file a complaint with HR, they're getting rid of forced arbitration, which is fairly notable going forward. It's one of the first and only game studios, to my knowledge, that is doing that. And they've done it without a major scandal. Again, this Axios did some reporting on this. I like specifically that Pete Parsons writes, "It is our responsibility to keep you safe, to earn your trust, to ensure you have supportive channels to share your experiences, and to demonstrate through our actions that we hold everyone at every level to the highest standard of personal and professional behavior." As well as saying that their decision to eliminate mandatory arbitration was due to the growing concern that arbitration may not be the fairest way to resolve employment complaints. And these past few months have been a sobering reminder for all of us as we hear and listen to the multitude of stories highlighting how good people across our industry have been mistreated.
I wonder who that's referring to.
Yeah, it certainly couldn't be Schmoobysoft or Blizzard or
Smack Division,
CD Project Blue,
Smack Division,
Smack Division, Angry Dog, 643. There's a multitude of studios out there. And this is not something that, is just limited to Activision Blizzard. We brought it up before in the past. And I've seen a lot of people go, "Oh, thank God Bungie got out from underneath them. Thank God." And it's like, yeah, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have that thought, but like, that's not what's important when we read things like this.
Right.
It's about taking responsibility. Not just like as a man, but as a human being.
Yeah.
It's about taking responsibility for those around you, for those under you, for those above you, for your coworkers, your colleagues, but also for your communities. Mm-hmm. You can't preach this message of being better for your community if you're not going to hold your employees to that same standard.
Yeah.
And not that Bungie hasn't had an issue with that. Like, I want to be really clear, we would have heard about it, but at least not to my knowledge, they haven't. But it's more like they're taking care of it before it becomes a problem. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a really important step to take. Like, we've seen Bungie is one of the most vocal game companies out there when it comes to, social justice, when it comes to equality. And I encourage you to go read Pete Parsons' whole letter. Again, like, I'm giving everybody all this homework to do. Go read Pete Parsons' open letter. I think it's really important to hear it straight from him and not from like Joe Blackburn or Chris Barrett or Luke Smith or Noseworthy or somebody like that. Like, it is important to hear it straight from the CEO's mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good thing. It's a good letter.
It's a great letter. Encourage you to read it. And also to read the one about disability awareness. Mm-hmm. Those are two really big ones. Like, this is a company I'm happy to support, and I'm glad I have all these years.
Definitely.
And it seems like they're trying to clean their own house up. If they're going to be, preaching like we have to be better, they want to keep their own house clean. Mm-hmm. So I think that's personally admirable.
Yeah, it's good to try to solve a problem before it exists. It's and like take the right steps forward. It's always it's always harder to play catch up, even especially in bad situations like what some of these companies are going through right now, right? Like, look at what Blizzard and Activision are going through right now. Like, they're never going to get out from underneath them, right? So this is a good step to get ahead of something if If